Hello burritos and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Toxic X story time. I know I said I'd be doing this, but I'm finally getting to it now. But right before we start, I would like to thank today's sponsor, FABFITFUN. They've sent us this really beautiful big box today full of goodies, so I'm gonna do a little unboxing before we start. So basically FABFITFUN is a monthly subscription beauty box that you can get, customizing all your needs. I've also got some products that are customized for me today, so let's take a look what's inside. In the box we have a eye lift machine. I believe this one kind of heats up when you put it around your eyes, so it gives you a nice eye lift effect. We also have a overnight lip mask, birthday cake flavor by NCLA Beauty. We have a portable contour and concealer brush from Fenty Beauty as well. I love all the products in here because they're customized exactly towards your needs, so every month you can choose what you want in your box. Also, not to mention, the box is super cute. I think this is my favorite product in here. These are patches that you can put either on your arm or your wrist, and there's one patch for the day and there's also one patch for the night. I believe the sleeping patches are more like melatonin patches, so when you go to sleep it helps you fall asleep really easily. And then for the day stickers, they have vitamin B12, so it keeps you running throughout the whole day naturally. They've also sent us the Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner. The great thing about FABFITFUN is that all of these products that you get right here are all from known brands that you could probably get at Sephora, and they literally send you full-size products, not the sample size ones, so you can explore all your beauty needs throughout the whole month. I thought it was also really cool that they send you clothes here too. I'm gonna open it and see what it looks like. So this is a really cute two-piece jammy set. They have the tank top part and they have the shorts part as well. This is so cute. I don't really have neutral things in my closet, so I really love this. I'm super excited to try it. I'm gonna be wearing this in my next Get Ready With Me story time video, so keep an eye out for that. If you would like to get a box of your own, I have a discount code. It's right here, SophieLee20, and all the information will be down in the description box below. Again, thank you so much FABFITFUN for sponsoring this video, and let's get right into the story time. Honestly, dude, I don't know why I'm getting into this whole Toxic X story time now, because I have so many and I was literally dying to tell you guys these stories, but here I am, finally. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of context before I tell the stories because it's gonna make a lot more sense. I've had about 6 relationships in my entire lifetime, and this is my second relationship, I believe. So when I met this guy, I was 16. Let's just call him Bob, okay? That's such a stupid name, Bob. I'll just call him A, okay? Let's just make it simple, A. So as you guys probably know already, if you've been watching my videos, I was really active in Taekwondo, and there was this Korean school for kids that they were running every Saturday. And long story short, I got recruited to teach the kids Taekwondo every week. There were also a lot of high school volunteers there that were trying to fill up their credits so they could graduate for volunteering, and my ex was one of them. My ex was a heavy FOB international student, and if you know me, I've grown up here my whole life, so I'm pretty whitewashed if you really wanna, if that really matters. So basically after my first class ends, everything went well and I come outside to say hi to the volunteers, right? And apparently word got around that a scrumptious, cute Asian girl was in the house teaching Taekwondo in her sexy ass uniform, which is me. Also, I just want to say, when you guys are listening to my story, I know it's gonna sound really stupid and you're probably wondering why I did all this shit when I was 16, but I was 16, okay? 16-year-olds are stupid. So anyways, I come outside and I see this decently cute looking dude, and I just kind of look at him and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, not bad. So I guess we strike off a really good conversation or whatever, and then we all go down to the lobby to say bye to everyone, because after class you would have to, everyone just goes their own way, right? And so basically I go down with my ex to the lobby with all the other volunteers, and I see this one girl sitting down in the lobby. This girl is his girlfriend, but this dude was actively hitting on me the whole time. So me, I was super duper confused. In my head, I was like, this motherfucker is a two-timer. Fuck this guy. His girlfriend was really pretty too. I don't know why. I'm not saying I'm ugly, but his girlfriend was really fucking pretty. So like I said, I'm a little confused. I walk up to him, I'm like, yo, is that your girlfriend? And he's like, yeah, that's my girlfriend. But the thing is, it was so weird because he didn't acknowledge her or anything. It was almost like they weren't even dating. It was just, you could tell they were dating, but he didn't give a fuck about her, which was so weird to me at the time. That should have been my first red flag, okay? If I think about it now, it's so stupid, but that should have been my first red flag. And so after we have an awkward conversation about his girlfriend, he proceeds to ask me for Kakao Talk. If you don't know what Kakao Talk is, it's this universal Korean messenger app that we use. All Koreans have it. For later in the video, remember the part where I told you he had a girlfriend, because this is gonna be really significant later. After I go home, we're texting, we're hitting it off, we're having a good time, and so I get all sussed out, so I ask him again. I'm like, so you still dating your girlfriend, or what's going on between you two, right? Because I can tell you're interested, so can you be a little bit more honest with me about what's going on between y'all? And this motherfucker has the audacity to say, oh, like, yeah, we're dating, but we're like almost broken up. Like, I don't really like her anymore, or like whatever. But you see, I'm a girl, okay? And me being a girl, when I saw what was going on between those two, I could tell the girl still clearly liked him. But me being a dumbass 16-year-old, I was like, oh yeah, it's almost over. It should be fine, right? Anyways, fast forward, like I said, we were hitting it off. It was all good. And then we started dating. I just want to say this whole story time is going to be really super vague because this happened to me like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. And honestly, like I'm just recalling this off of memory. So all the stories that I'm about to tell you right now are probably less than 10% of our entire relationship, which is fucked, but I'm gonna tell you guys the highlights of the relationship. So this basically all happened in grade 12, right? And not long after, I had to meet this guy's fucking parents, and oh my god, this guy's fucking parents, oh my god. Like, I don't want to be a dick or anything, but his parents were like, you know when you watch like K-drama stories about like parents where like the mom slaps money down on the table and tells them to fuck off? Yeah, that's basically what his parents were. His parents were literally psycho. His parents hated me, and the only reason his parents hated me is because I didn't want to go to fucking uni. So basically after his graduation ceremony, we all went to go eat food, right? And his parents are like asking me questions like, hey, like what do your parents do for a living? Like the Korean like typical questions or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, like my parents do this and like whatever. And they asked me like, oh, what are your like post-secondary plans? And I'm like, oh, like, you know what? I actually don't have post-secondary plans at the moment. Like I just kind of want to explore like my options, and it's not really on my first priority list is what I said. You should have seen the look on their face. It was fucking hilarious. They were literally so disgusted that this low-life whitewash motherfucker did not want to go to uni and did not have a plan with her life. Bitch, I was 16! Not to mention TMI, this guy comes from a very wealthy family. Like, I'm not gonna give too much information because I don't really wanna expose this guy. Actually, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. But they do come from a very wealthy family in Korea. He was like a year older than me. He was like 17, 18 at the time. He was driving luxury cars like BMW, Audi, Benz. Like he would switch out his cars like every like month or so. It was nuts. And if you listen to every other toxic relationship, it usually goes pretty smooth at the beginning. He was literally love bombing me. He would get me presents like every single week. He would take me out, spend so much money on me, make me feel like this special girl that I've never felt like before. It was nuts, dude. Like I remember he went to Korea and he asked me, he's like, oh, is there like anything you want from Korea? And I was like, you know, I just like snacks, right? He brought me probably maybe like 500 bucks worth of snacks. Keep in mind, we're 16, okay? 500 bucks for a 16-year-old is a fortune. I wish I still have pictures of them. Like I literally deleted all of them, dude. I'm so mad right now that I do not have receipts of this entire relationship because I got so pissed off and I deleted them after like 3 years. Anyways, again, fast forward, I thought he was this perfect boyfriend that I would end up marrying later in life and have kids and have a happy life. But now I started noticing some really weird things about him because he was the most controlling, obsessive, manipulative, like you name it, okay? There's physically abusive, like just everything. Everything. He would not let me talk to other guys. He would not let me talk to other girls. He got mad because I said hi to one of my guy friends on the street and I smiled at him. So the story is we were on this like date with like 2 other people because we were trying to hook his friend up with some like one of his other friends, and we were all taking public transit at the time because we're broke as fuck, right? And as we get off the SkyTrain, I see a friend from high school and I'm like, oh my god, hi, right? This motherfucker gets so pissed off. Why did he get pissed off? I asked him, I was like, why are you so pissed off? I just said hi to my friend, what's your problem? And this dude was like, you said hi to him in a higher pitch than you talked to me. What the hell is that even supposed to mean? There's this Korean term called aegyo. I don't know if you know what that means. Aegyo is basically just a really broad term for like acting cute. So basically if my voice is normally like this, if I were to put some aegyo into it, it would be like, oh my god, hi, like, oh, like that's aegyo. Apparently that's how I said it. And I did not. I just said hi. It was definitely in a higher tone, but it was nothing like I was like trying to be like flirty or like, it was just not the case, okay? Like, and so what do? We spent like an hour fighting in public about how I was flirting with this guy or not in front of the 2 people, the 2 friends that we had. in public, made a complete fool out of ourselves. But you see, this is just the beginning. I couldn't wear what I wanted. I couldn't see anyone other than him. Like, my life was fully revolved around this guy. I was gaslit to the max. I know this video is a little bit messy just because I'm recalling everything off memory, but bear with me, okay? So I used to write this guy a shit ton of letters, right? Writing letters is my love language. Not anymore, because fuck all these dudes. And so this one time I go over to his house and he's playing League, right? On a table like this. And as I'm just chilling, watching him play his game, I look over to my right and there was like a garbage can down to my right. And I see like a bunch of like paper just like shredded up, but like instinctively I knew they were my letters. So what did I do? My dumbass nonchalantly picked up a piece of the letter and just put it down on the table. I didn't say anything, I just put it down on the table. And the first thing this dude does after seeing the piece of paper is he looks at me and he's just like, yo, it's not me, it's my mom. And I'm like, I get your mom hates me, but why the fuck would she just impulsively come into your room and rip up all your letters? Like I told you, his mom's psycho. Like if I think about it now, I kind of believe it, but like why would your mom do that? You see, the funny thing is when impulsive liars get caught in their lies, they have this really weird way of defending themselves, or like they have this really weird way of reacting to getting caught in their lies. And for this case, this guy, this was so weird. I was so creeped out. He basically went silent for like a good maybe like 10 seconds, and then out of nowhere he just slams the table. And I swear to God, it was a wooden table like this, and like he dented it. Like that's how hard he hit it. He dented the table. And immediately 5 seconds later, he starts bawling his eyes out. And I'm like, what the actual fuckity fucktard fuck? Like, if you're gonna be mad, then just be mad. If you're gonna be sad, then just be sad about it. Why? Like, the reason why I'm saying this is so creepy is because it's not normal. Like, how the hell do you switch from mad to sad in a matter of 5 seconds? I swear this guy was acting, dude. There's no way this was his genuine emotions. I swear to God, he was just literally gaslighting me. Like, and so me, I'm sitting there and I'm like fucking confused. I'm like, why the hell is this guy bawling his eyes out right now? And you know what the funniest thing is? These types of fuckers, they always beg for forgiveness. Because you know how girls in abusive relationships are always like, oh my God, like I can't help but just like keep going back to him. And everyone else is like, are you stupid? Like, why do you keep going back to this guy? Oh, I'll tell you why we keep going back to dudes like this. It's because they're so good at convincing you that they'll never do this bullshit again. But then it keeps going and going. So back to the story, he gets on his knees and he starts begging me for forgiveness. Like, oh my God, babe, it's not like that. Like, you know, it's just my mom. She's so crazy. Like, you know my mom. Like, you know, I would never do anything like that to you. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Also, not to mention that he cheated on me so many times, and I don't know why that I kept taking him back. Like, there's this one story about like, okay, I had a girlfriend, okay? Like, not like a girlfriend, but like I had a friend. She was basically fresh off the boat, FAB, from Korea, and she was trying to, you know, get her way around like her international whatever da-di-da from high school. And so me being nice enough, I helped her with all her shit. Like I took her English tests, like, you know, I showed her around. I even introduced her to my boyfriend so she could make some friends, whatever. Bad move. Blame me, whatever. And one day we were all hanging out, just the three of us, and then I had to leave because I had to go to Taekwondo. So I was like, all right, you guys, y'all have a good time, and then I'll see y'all later, right? But I expected that he would go home. I expected that he would go home after a short while, after them, like, you know, finishing up their meal or whatever, and just leave me a text and be like, hey babe, I'm home. But no, they were together for literally the whole time. Like I was probably gone for about 4 hours or something like that. And the thing is, because I couldn't trust him, we had this like location like shit going on, like, you know, the location app on your phone. Yeah, we had that shit going on. And when I checked the location app after I was done, I saw that he was still with this bitch. So I was like, what the hell? Not to mention that I used to be very obsessive and toxic. Okay, keep that in mind. And when I saw that shit, I was like ballistic. I was pissed, dude. So what did I do? I got my friend to drop me off and I confronted him. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you still here? Why are you not home? Like, I'm pissed. And he starts laying out all these like stupid excuses about like, oh my God, like, you know, like she just like wanted to talk and like she was going through a hard time. I'm like, why is that your job? You could not just leave me a text and tell me that you were gonna be staying here? Like, is that honestly that hard? Sure, miscommunication, whatever. But this story also gets significant in the next next chapter. So basically, not long after knowing this girl, they get really close to each other and they start talking or whatever, right? This is not a vibrator. So this one day we were supposed to meet up, and all of a sudden he tells me like 5 minutes before we're supposed to meet up, he's like, hey babe, I don't think I can make it. I gotta go tutor some kid. The reason why he said he had to go tutor some kid was because this guy used to do really well in school. He was just one of those like typical like Korean kids that was like super smart, like, you know, he would go out and like tutor kids, like, you know, like, you know, typical smart Korean opar, whatever you want to call it. So I was like, okay, you gotta work, I'll see you later. But you see, women, we have this instinctive, we have a sixth sense, and my sixth sense told me that this guy was not going wherever the fuck he was going. So what do? I checked that location app, and the thing is, he's going the opposite way. Like, the location stopped, like the icon, it was going a certain direction, but then it just stopped. But he told me he was going to Vancouver, but the location stopped at the opposite direction. So I was like, oh hell no. I was like, this guy definitely going to see some other bitch. I tried calling him, I tried texting him, he won't pick up. So my obsessive dumbass went into FBI mode, as most girls probably would at that age. I went into fucking Snap Maps, dude. I went into Snap Maps and I found where the hell this guy was. He was actually near my house, but he was also near that bitch's house. So I was like, oh, they're definitely fucking, right? So I get a taxi and I show up at this bitch's house, and the thing is, like, you know what was so fucked? It's the fact that like it wasn't even my house, but I was just so desperate to find out what the hell this guy was doing. So I literally busted open this door and went upstairs to her room, and what do I find? Them fucking. But you know what the highlight of the story is? I walked in and I looked at him and I said, what the fuck are you doing right now? And the first thing he said to me was not sorry. It was not sorry. It was, how did you find me? And that to me is so stupid, because let's say I was cheating, right? If I was cheating and if my boyfriend found me on the spot, I think the first thing I would probably say is, I'm sorry. Not how did you find me? And so I got stuck in this really weird situation where I was begging him to not leave me in front of her. Dude, this bitch was laughing at me, dude. Like, I was on my knees, like, bawling my eyes out or like whatever, and like she was just laughing at me. Like, that's fucked too. Like, she was just laughing at me. She was like, you pathetic piece of shit. Like, oh my god. Like, also, you know how I told you guys that he was a compulsive liar, right? Okay. This one is about to get funny. Oh my god. So obviously there was a period in time where our relationship went really downfall. And I think at one point this guy was like plotting to like break up with me or something, but like, oh my god, like I was stubborn too. Like I refused to break up with this guy. Like I was like so obsessive and toxic. Like I was like, no way, we're breaking up, like whatever. And so this guy threw up a genius plot to break up with me. And that genius plot was telling me that he had heart cancer. I don't know. Like, dude, if I look back on it now, I don't know why I believed him, but I trusted him. I trusted him so much, and I was just so stupid. Like, he told me he had heart cancer. I think he told me this back in like maybe 3 months before like he was supposed to die. So if he told me he was supposed to die in March, he told me like during like January or something, he was like, oh my god, like we have to break up because I don't want to hurt you, and like I'm gonna die soon or like whatever. And like, so we ended up having this like whole like, you know, like cry fest or whatever, where we were like, oh my god, like, you know, I was frustrated. I was like, you know, if that's really the case, like if you about to die, like I'll still be here for you. Like I'm not just gonna leave you because you're gonna die and you're sick. Like I will still be here for you. And this motherfucker is like, no, like I don't want to hurt you, like, you know, like I'm gonna die, like, you know, just like forget about me. We're throwing this whole like K-drama fucking bullshit or whatever. And at one point I got so frustrated because the thing is, like, a part of me obviously knew he was lying and he was bullshitting me, right? So I ended up slapping him across the face. And I'm not saying that slapping him across the face was something good. Like, it's not a great thing to do, but like, you gotta understand that I was just so fucking frustrated. And when I slapped him, it wasn't like, oh my god, I fucking hate you, like kind of slap. It was just more like a dude, like, Wake up. Oh my god, and when I tell you this motherfucker held a grudge for so long, I didn't even know that he held a grudge until later. So fast forward to about like 6 months later, I dated this guy for maybe about like a year or so. We used to fight like maybe every like 5 minutes. At one point it got so bad that we could literally not go a single time without seeing each other without fighting. So you know, we're like sitting in this like random parking lot, and like his which car was it? It was like his Audi. Yeah, we were sitting in his fucking Audi or whatever. And the situation basically fast forwards to, why did you slap me that day? Like, why did you hit me? And my dumbass said, because you fucking deserved it. The only reason why I didn't call him out on lying is because I didn't want to hurt his ego. I didn't want to just be like, oh my god, you fucking liar, because I thought it would make him feel bad. So me, I didn't say anything. But like, you know, now I was like, I laid it all on the table. Like, you think I didn't know that you were fucking lying to me? I was like, are you that stupid? He was like, I wasn't lying to you. No, but no, I know you were lying to me. And so this guy gets like really offended, and then I'm also really frustrated at this point. And so I like turn my head towards the window like this. I'm like, right? This motherfucker grabs my hair. Like, he literally just like grabbed my hair like this, like from the back, like he was about to like fucking like whip my head somewhere or something. And I was like, I was shocked, dude. I turned around immediately, because the thing is, like, when he grabbed my hair, he kind of like let go, because I think it kind of surprised him that he would do something like that too. And so I turned around, I was like, did you just fucking grab my hair? And he was just like, oh no, like, he's like, I just want you to apologize. Like, why did you do that? To be honest, I probably should have read that situation a lot better, but at this point, this is when I realized, I was like, this dude is probably gonna fucking kill me today. If you have ever seen the eyes of someone that genuinely wanted to kill you, it's scary. It's really scary, because you know instinctively that this person will kill you right now. And that is what I saw. I knew that this motherfucker wanted to kill me. If he could, he could have. I didn't know if he was gonna grab my hair and start fucking bashing it against the window or like whatever and just break my, I don't know. So I immediately calmed my tone down. I was like, no babe, it's not like that, like yeah. And to this day, I still don't know what I said that pissed him off so much. Out of nowhere, he just fucking whips me across the face. And I'm not talking about like this. I'm talking about like hip in, like full swing, like across my left cheek. Yeah. When he slapped me across the face, that slap echoed in the car for a good 2 seconds. He slapped me so hard, I didn't even know it fucking hurt. My cheek was bruised for like, it was swollen up like this for like a good couple hours. It was bad. And so I'm really scared at this point. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave. He wouldn't let me leave. He was like, if you leave right now, I'm gonna kill myself. And I was like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't leave. I was like, if I leave right now, motherfucker gonna kill himself. Honestly, I probably should have left, but I didn't leave. The thing I cannot understand to this day is the fact that he tried to take pictures of me after he slapped me across the face. Like, who the hell does that? Like, I'm sitting here bawling my eyes out. My cheek is swollen as it could possibly be. And right now you're trying to take selfies with, because you know how like I told you earlier that it was so instant, like the way he changes his emotions. It's just like, it's almost like he's sad and then he's mad and then he's happy, and it's fucking weird. Okay, he's like, oh my god babe, like you look so cute right now, like can you smile? And I'm just like, you think I want to smile right now? But dude, I was so scared. I was like, I was quaking in my boots, dude. I was shitting my pants. So like, no, I can't smile, but I did. I didn't want to die. Oh my god, another compulsive lying story. I forgot about this one. Again, like I said, there was a point in time where he wanted to break up with me, so he was making up all these like dumbass lies, right? I was really sick at the time, so I was at a point in my life where I needed a lot of rest. I needed to be at home, but he was not there for me. He was like, yeah, I have a test today, so like I can't fucking like be there for you. By the way, this is not a nicotine patch, just to let y'all know. I'm texting this guy at like maybe like what, like 3 a.m. right? And all of a sudden this guy starts ranting on about like, oh my god, like I don't want you to like call the police when I like tell you this or like whatever. But what he told me was just so fucked out of my mind. He was like, yeah, I've been like getting like by like a gang in like Vancouver to like make money for our dates and shit, and they would like force me into beast and make me do all this fucked up shit like sexually. And like at this point I'm like, oh my god dude, like I need to call the police. But the thing is like, he told me not to call the police. He also told me that he was on with his cousin and that they slept together. So basically, long story short, he told me like, oh yeah, me and my cousin did like together and then we like slept together. I'm like, that's fucking incest. That's gross. What the hell? And he was like, yeah, I'm like involved in like all this like really scary shit right now. Like, don't call the police, because if you do call the police, they're gonna come and kill me and like whatever. And dude, I keep saying this, but I don't know why I believed all this shit, but dude, that was stressful for me. I could not sleep. I was so worried. So what did I do in the morning? I told my mom. I was like, oh my god, this is what this guy is going through, and like I'm so scared. I think we should call the police. So that's what I did. I called the fucking police. And you know what's even funnier is the fact that the police came and they were like, oh my god, can you tell me his address, his name, like can you tell me the rough storyline? And so I'm sitting here telling the police basically everything that I can possibly tell them, and halfway through they're like, this sounds a little bit weird. And so anyways, like I said, I gave them my address and they get to his house, and you know what this motherfucker was doing? Give me a second. Oh my god! This motherfucker was playing League of Legends after he worried me sick and I felt like I wanted to fucking kill myself. He was playing League. I'm so done. And so after I hear that, he immediately calls me and threatens me to break up. And so I say, I'm done. I'm breaking up with you. And this motherfucker again does a full 180 and says, I can't break up with you. We're supposed to get married. Oh my god, I'm so stressed out. This was supposed to be a really good self-care video. Oh my god, last story. This is a really good one. There's a reason why I don't date, guys. There's a reason why I don't want to date. I'll probably end up doing another video on like toxic relationships and like whole mental health, like whatever. That's for a completely other new video, but this is the last story, okay? Oh my god. Okay, so this one time, not to mention that I was 16 and I was TMI but super horny. I was literally a fucking dog, an animal. Like my hormones were just going fucking ballistic nut holes. So we used to have a lot of sexy time, okay? We used to have like sexy time, like again TMI, used to have a lot of sexy time. And this one time we were having sexy time and we both decided, oh my god, we're hungry, so we decided to order something off of a delivery app. We ordered like chicken or whatever, I think. And so while the delivery guy is getting here, our horny asses decided to do one more round. So we were like, okay, before the delivery guy gets here, let's do one more round. So that's what we did. We did one more round. And as we're doing the round, the guy calls us. He's like, okay, I'm here. I'm like, okay, so what do I have to do? I gotta put my clothes on and get the fuck out and get the food. You know what I mean? As I'm trying to put my clothes on, this guy will not let me put my clothes on. And I'm like, what the hell is your problem? I'm like, I need to go out and go get the food. I'm like, you wanna go get it? And this guy's acting all weird, like, I'm like, what is it? Just say it. I'm like, what do you want me to do? And after maybe about like 5 minutes of like me basically all up in his face, like, what the fuck you want me to do? He's like, I want you to go out naked, answer the door, and convince the delivery guy to come have a threesome with us. I'm sorry. When I heard that, I was like, what the actual fuckity fucktard fuckhole? Oh my god, long story short, again, he gets on his knees, begs for forgiveness or whatever, and then it all ended and we ended up eating chicken or whatever, but like, dude, that's enough for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as usual. It would mean a lot. I know that a lot of you actually go through this. Like, it's actually very common, surprisingly. So I know my stories aren't like super crazy or anything, but I did want to put them out and share it and let you guys know that are watching that this does happen. And I also want to let you guys know that it's not your fault. It happens, okay? When we are blinded by love, we tolerate stupid things. Again, if you would like more videos like this of me sharing dumbass relationship stories or like, you know, girly talks or advice, please let me know down in the comments because I'm more than happy to. I look pretty wrecked right now, not gonna lie, but like always, if you stay till the end, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoy this video and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. Anyways, to wrap up today's video, you know how I told you guys earlier that the ex would be very significant, like his girlfriend, right? I later found out that he didn't break up with his fucking girlfriend until like maybe like midway through the relationship and he was still seeing her. Probably pre-expected, right? How did I find this out? Because after we broke up, finally, I got so sussed out that I contacted his ex-girlfriend. I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. This is probably really weird, but I have some questions to ask you about our crazy ex. Our crazy ex. So that's how I found out. She was like, yeah, he's been like contacting me and like, you know, every time you guys like had a fight or whatever, like he would come see me and like beg me to start dating him again. And I was like, what the fuck?